Hello and welcome to my channel today, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're going to be reading part 2 of the story I'm writing called Bioactive Plant Inspiration. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And for more videos like this, watch my other half channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff, my youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Kristen. Now let's dive into the video. The morning Kaylin returned to the valley. She didn't come alone. She had told no one at first, not her friends, not the other artists in the city, not even the small circle of collectors who had once praised her work. The valley felt too alive to be shared casually, like speaking about it too loudly might disturb the balance of its breath. But something had changed. The dream vine had not only given her inspiration, it had left impressions behind, patterns she couldn't unsee, spirals that repeated in her sketches, even when she wasn't trying. Factors that echoed in her sleep. And one of those patterns looked like a camera lens. That's when she remembered him. C.J. Faison, a creator who didn't just document places. He chased anomalies, abandoned tracks, strange signals, stories that didn't quite sit still in reality. Kaylin had once seen one of his investigations, where he described places that feel like they remember you. The valley felt exactly like that. She shouldn't have contacted him, but she did. CJ arrived 2 days later at the edge of the forest with a small crew, cameras, and the quiet confidence of someone used to things not behaving normally on command. You said it was a living ecosystem that reacts to people, he asked, adjusting his gear as he stepped into the trees. Kaylin nodded. Not reacts, responds. That distinction mattered, because the moment CJ crossed the threshold into the valley, the air shifted. Subtle at first, like a breath being held. His camera flickered. Not broken, not glitched, synchronizing. Deeper in the valley, the luminary oak was no longer alone. Something new had begun to grow around it. Structures of plant and mineral, simultaneously bioactive architecture that looked less like nature and more like nature had started designing intelligently. CJ lowered his camera. Okay, this is new. Kaylin followed his gaze. The dream vine had expanded outward, forming living corridors. Moss systems probed paused with faint light, cycling newts like a heartbeat. Microfauna darted through layered soil systems that behaved like engineered filtration networks. It wasn't just a habitat anymore. It was an ecosystem that was learning, and it was learning from them. Elsewhere beyond the valley's hidden boundary, your wider universe was already converging on it in ways none of them yet understood. In a distant city tied to your ongoing chronicles, where the events of the Divine Chronicles and your reimagined DC continuity overlapped, the signals had already been noticed. The same fracture point patterns Kaylin seen in her sketches were appearing in mystical disturbances recorded by majestic blossom and violent veil. Even abyssal thistles, corrupted bloom cycles were stabilizing. Whenever references to green symphonies appeared in all kind readings. And somewhere in Bedhaven's darker districts, Wayne Parker, your Spider-Bat, had began tracking unusual environmental shifts in abandoned industrial zones that were suddenly growing vegetation in impossible geometries. The world was starting to green in patterns it didn't understand. Back in the valley, CJ set up a thermal rig near the Dreamvine corridor. This isn't just bioactive, he muttered. This is adaptive. It's like responding to observation. Kalen frowned. That's what it did to me. CJ turned slowly. What if it's not responding to people? A pause. Only wind through leaves. Then, a soft resilience from the luminary oak. Not sound. Meaning. CJ exhaled. What if it's responding to universes? That was when the first breach appeared. Not a portal, not a tear, a layering. Reality overlapping like transparent pages stacked out of order. From it something familiar stepped through, wrongly aligned, as if it belonged to another version of existence entirely. A figure of shadowed archery and infernal markings. Eyes scanning the environment like a hunter, used to demons instead of ecosystems. Green Arrow, your re-imaged demon hunter, incantation, had entered the valley without warning, and he wasn't surprised. That tree, he said quietly, not lowering his bow, is a convergence point. CJ immediately turned his camera toward him. Okay, I need you to explain what you mean by that. Green Arrow didn't look at CJ. He was staring at the luminary oak, like it had once been something he fought in another life. It's not just growing plants, he said. It's growing connections between words, between stories. Kaylin felt it then. The dream vine responding, not just to her, but to everything arriving in the valley. CJ, the cameras, the hunters, the heroes, the hidden magic systems of your universe, all of it being interpreted by the ecosystem and translated into growth patterns. The valley wasn't a place anymore. It was a corner pillar. And every person who entered, it became input. Deep beneath the luminary oak, roots shifted, and something answered back. Thank you for watching this video, and peace out till the next one.